outward appearance. Now, not knowing
because
what
we like
they want.
cute babies.
You like cute babies.
Imagine your child going
what
to
about
school calling him a lizard or that he looks like a monkey. How would you?
Seriously, so that's the only aspect.
I'm not saying that's the only aspect. That's why we look at appearance at first. Let me tell you something. Reasonable ladies, even if they look at appearance, they will still take their time to see if it crosses if it tick other aspects. So that appearance is just peripheral. Yes, they look at it, but that does not mean they are not sensitive.
What about the monetary aspect, the financial aspect?
But that does not
ladies look at also the financial aspect.
And that's what I'm saying. That does not mean that they don't look at other aspects.
Most of the
Look at
time, most
financial
instances
aspects
now, the ladies look at the money alone.
Right, see, nowadays, there is, if you look at the world right now, guys are running after money.
Yes.
You know why? Not just to make
They have
themselves
family
rich.
now. They have families.
No, not just
They have
because.
transport
No,
by-
I can't see. Let me
No,
tell
that's
you.
not the only reason.
They
Most of the time,
they have material things to buy, right?
Yes.
But most of
They want to
them.
give to God.
They know we give to God. Everybody knows that.
Let me tell you, they want to give to God, but guys of nowadays, right? Let me, as you use the word, most of them or some of them are going after the money because of girls. Do you know why they do that, right? They discover that most girls of nowadays are not looking at the man's inner personality, but they are looking at the physical things, which is the material things.
No,
Because
thank God you said most.
See,
Although
most
yes, people
things-
will look at your pockets.
See,
Yes, ladies
that
will
is
look at
fine,
your pockets.
but having that as
like I said,
priority-
reasonable ones we
No,
still check to
a
see
friend of mine,
if
friend
you
of
meet
mine, she's married
other-
now.
Okay.
But this lady, I think she did what surprises me the most. This lady was working in one of the cocoa companies in Akure. So this lady is, I think is getting around, she's getting around 250,000 naira per month. Though not too okay, but if you know the expenses of Akure, you know at least
You know that
it's
that's
manageable.
yeah.
It's
Now,
manageable in Akure.
the guy is getting about 50,000 naira.
Yeah.
But one thing about the guy is he's looking forward to a bigger dream.
Yeah.
So he has been chasing so many things,
Yeah.
and the lady seeing his dream or held on to him. And now the guy is into, I think, forwarding now. So
Okay.
he's making
Clearing and
reasonable money,
forwarding.
clearing and forwarding. So he's
Nice.
making reasonable money.
Wow.
Now the lady was like, how is everything? I said, this the situation of ground. And the lady was like, don't worry, the girl that will hold on to you with your dream and vision will definitely come.
That is
Now,
So
most kind of ladies are
because
scars.
ladies like money does not mean there are some that do not look out for other
See,
stuff.
Oh, they are few. That's
Let me
the
tell you,
point.
well, your
Same
point-
way we have men that are also
See, I understand
same
your
way we have
point.
good and reasonable men
Yes.
that are few as well.
I understand
Aside
your
from
point.
throwing money at ladies, some men they are nothing. There's nothing they can do again aside from throwing money. Just take money. They can't give emotional support. They can't give. You understand?
No, your points I get.
So that is it. It's not like we like
nobody,
money and that's all.
Nobody wants to be poor, right?
Exactly.
And nobody wants to. No man wants to stick to a lady and remain in poverty with her. Same thing applicable to the ladies, right?
Yes.
But what we are trying to talk about there is people, some ladies having that as their first priority. That
Which should it be?
which should it be? I cannot start. See, some girls cannot start up a life with a man. That is where
Yes,
that is
that's
what he's
the
talking about,
that's
right?
the
They only need ready-made. What I'm saying is, life is all about experience, right? To me, I see life as a learning ground. That whatever I involve myself in, I always learn out of it, and I don't bother looking at the repercussions or the situation or the challenging aspect I'm facing, right? But even the challenging part I'm facing, I take the lesson from that aspect. And I know that in future, if I come across a situation, I should be able to know how to manipulate it and go over it.
So do you know
Now,
that-
I'm coming, man. Now, there is a lady that met a guy. She was actually in a relationship with a guy who was not saying Nigeria. And the guy asked her out. And when the guy asked her out, I involved. Now the girl was asking the guy some funny questions, right? So asking the guy that the first question is asked her, can I bring cars to this school?
Can I bring?
A vehicle to the school. I was like, you can see the school, the campus is very big, and you can see people are bringing cars. Now,
So
students
then
like
you
you,
have
yes,
to
it's full of big boys now, so you can bring your own too. I thought then she has a car, but not knowing that she was saying that or making other statements or asking all those questions because of the guys he was dating.
Okay, the guy has a car.
The guy, he might have a car, but he's not staying in Nigeria. You
So
know,
he
he can imagine that
want to be
mentality.
that guy
Yes,
to get
own
him out
as
of
her
him.
own. Then what he asked the guy, he now asked the guy that was asking her outside, but you that asking me, how do you know I've told you that I have a guy? But let me ask you some question. Do you have a generator in your house?
She was asking you.
The guy.
The guy.
Okay.
The guy was like, you know, we made eye contact, no verbal communication, and the guy said no. She asked, do you have a refrigerator? And he said no. She asked, do you have AC? The guy said no. And she was like,
And it's they are all students.
They're students.
all of us students. So the guy now said that, so I can't do anything with you like that because if I,
Because you
for
don't have
instance,
all this-
visit you, then if there is no
generator,
NEPA lights,
AC,
no generator, so what are we
nothing.
going to do? So to me, I smiled and I walked away. But do you know the funniest part of it? One thing about girls, let me just say Nigerian girls, right? Some girls within this, for instance, we are in Nigeria, and you are living in Akure, and another girl living in, for instance, maybe Abuja or somewhere else. If you ask that girl how, some of them will tell you that I cannot maintain a distance relationship. But imagine that girl that cannot maintain a distance relationship is having a relationship with somebody
over there,
outside country.
That's why you said some. And me, I don't generalize based on gender. It is humans. Same way we have made. So, and for those that said they can't build a life, like start afresh with a guy. Some of them have their reasons. There are things that they might have seen.
Most of them, what they
We've seen
emphasize
situations
on is
whereby
that they don't want to live that poor
you
life.
build with a man. So you can't say you've seen situations whereby you build with a man, and at the end of the day, he still ends up leaving you or even getting a second wife. Maybe their mom, maybe they've seen to their mom, their
But you
aunt,
know that
or maybe
relationship
something
is a risk.
or maybe something they've read.
Thank you.
Or
You know
something.
that
Relationship is a
break
risk.
up is
Yes,
So
and
risk.
say yeah, of course I know it's a risk. So that one is
Whether you are
another reason why
rich or
some be
not.
like, if you like, start up with a man. If you like, meet a ready-made man who go chop breakfast. So there's this notion that when I know that I will end up chopping breakfast, let me just go with. I'm just saying, not everyone. Let me just go with the ready-made, and then people have different mentalities. When it comes to choices like that, I don't want to berate people for the choices they make. So you see, some people struggled. You understand?
Okay.
If they say that, okay, I know it is actually not a nice thing to use a man as a poverty alleviation scheme. You understand? But if they see that that's the only available choice for them and they want
So they want to make
and they
use
want
of
to go
it.
with it, let them go. The reason why I cannot judge them is because maybe I'm not in their shoe. I'm not saying I grew up as a wealthy person.
Yeah.
I'm not born with a silver spoon, but then I
At
did
least
not
you are
grow.
okay with
I did
it.
not grow up.
You
poor.
at least you were born with a ghost.
But one thing I know is I did not grow up
Ghost
poor.
spoon.
So I don't like judging people that make. I have people maybe in my secondary school. I know how they live and all. So if they now marry, I have someone when we attended uni together. She's now married to an elderly man. She's in her 20s, and I think her husband should be in his late 50s.
Regina Daniel.
Or not this one. I know her very well. I think her husband is maybe in his late 50s or so, and they are not in the country anymore. I think just
I think one thing about
so
this
you understand
relationship
this, like,
is
and I understand how they lived. They struggled. These people struggled. I know how their mom struggled. You understand? So I cannot compare to that when I was in school. Any moment, once my pocket money is like 5K, they are sending another one. I cannot compare myself.
That's our own.
Yes.
Oh, you were joining that.
So I cannot compare myself to someone that is struggling.
5K
You
that you are talking
understand?
about during my NC, I used the 5,000 naira for my 2 weeks.
You understand?
And
So
the one that will buy
when it comes to
handouts.
ladies making choices like that, making choices like that,
you
I
are
don't like
supporting.
not like I'm indirectly supportive, but I don't like judging them.
Judging them.
I don't like
Oh, you
judging
really
them.
enjoy
And then there are some
it.
girls too, maybe they didn't grow up poor, like, you understand? They'll be like, I did not even grow up with this kind of life. I didn't see my mom live this kind of life. So why should I settle? I'm just saying that they have different reasons. Although we have some that their eyes are like this. Oh, win. They just want
They just
that
want that
money.
money.
So there's like I don't even
When
grow
they
like this. I
know
don't
what-
even see my mom live like this. Why will I settle? So people have their choices. But what I'm saying is that reasonable ladies, apart from that money and her parents that you're talking about, reasonable ladies still check other things. Like that friend of yours that you mentioned, she checked potential.
Exactly.
She believed in the guy's potential. It's good to believe in potential. Thank God that guy is maybe one out of
You know, I
many.
love that
There are
one,
some
yes, I
guys
love
that
that
have
one.
potential and people marry them for potential. And maybe because
The
of the
lady we are
marriage.
talking about, I won't say this.
And maybe because of the marriage, they lag behind just because the wife is. We've seen cases like that.
Yes, sure.
Just because the wife is earning and the wife is, you understand. So there are different sides to
Thank
it.
you very much for sharing your thoughts. We also want to know what you think about
But we've